What's up, guys? You are watching Fight Feed, and it is finally time for Pick Tracker Update number 6, coming out of the UFC Fight Night that happened on August 9th, this past Saturday. Here is the updated Pick Tracker results. And guys, we have a lot of movement from this card. Before I dive into the specific results from this past UFC Fight Night, here's a quick message from our sponsor. If you aren't subscribed to Fight Feed, you! All right, guys. Similar to our previous Pick Tracker updates, we are going to go through first the results on the UFC Fight Night Vegas 109 card, and then I'll give you guys an updated view of the current rankings. So before I dive into individual performance, I do want to give a shout out to MMA Experts, a 100% pick rate on this fight night if you don't count the Bumdage versus McConeyco. And sorry, I call him Cody Bumdage as a joke. I don't think he's a bum. I like Cody Brundage. I think he's decent. All right. He's not a world beater, but he's also scrappy. So I'll give him that. Anyway, MMA Experts gets 11 for 11, guys. I don't have my my phone here nearby where I can make a fake parlay, but I have to bet that if you just did pick for pick on MMA Experts, you would do pretty well there. 11 for 11 is a pretty solid amount of fights. A lot of those, you had a couple of underdogs with Feely. Now, you guys may notice at the top of the page here, the screenshot of my handwriting, there's a little tear at the top. And that's because when fucking Miles Johns was robbed, I got so angry that I tore the top piece of the paper. I'm just kidding. But I do think Miles Johns should have won. And guys, if Miles Johns would have won the way that I think he should have, and the reason I think Miles Johns should have won is that if you look at the stats, Matsumoto only had 12 more significant strikes than Miles Johns, like overall across the whole fight. Miles Johns had 6 for 8 on takedowns. 3 of those takedowns were completed with 100% accuracy in round 3. In my opinion, round 1 and round 3 should go to Miles Johns, just based on that. The control time, Miles Johns had a minute of control time in round 3 as well. Now, Matsumoto did land more strikes, but at the end of the fight, I actually think that Matsumoto had, he was cut a little bit on the face from getting hit. I feel like Miles Johns won the fight, guys. Like, I know Matsumoto looked good, but Miles Johns mixed in way more of the grappling and the takedown threats, also was landing on the feet as well. It wasn't like a complete blowout. So I don't know why Matsumoto won. Regardless, let's jump into my results, which actually for the first time that I've been doing this series, I got last place on the card, which has not happened yet. I went for 8 for 11. I got Fernandez, Medic, Edwards, Smith, Walker, CLD, Urseg, and Hernandez all correct. Incorrect picks were Miles Johns, which was some bullshit. Angela Hill, which I thought Angela Hill might pull it off, but then she got manhandled by the the fucking Minecraft swings of Lucindo. And then C-Rod. Sorry, I skipped over C-Rod. I got that one wrong as well. I don't think C-Rod won, by the way. I think Feely definitely should have got the win there. MMA Experts, as I said, 11 for 11. Shout out to MMA Experts, guys. Like, if you're a casual viewer of this sport, I don't think you can even comprehend how difficult it is to go 11 for 11 on picks. That is, like, seriously, shout out to MMA Experts. And a lot of the folks on this card did very good. Diving into Hayjive Picks, 9 and 11, 9 correct, 11 incorrect, 9 out of 11, fucking dumb. 9 out of 11. They got Fernandez, Medic, Edwards, Smith, Walker, CLD, Matsumoto, Urseg, Hernandez, all correct. Incorrect picks were C-Rod and Hill. Now, Fortune Teller, another fantastic performance, 10 and 1 on this card. Fortune Teller got Fernandez, Medic, Edwards, Smith, Walker, CLD, Matsumoto, Lucindo. Fortune Teller, I don't think added a pick for Urseg, but I think that he would have picked Urseg, so I gave it to him. He may have already added it. I'm sorry, guys. You'd have to let me know. But we're going to give it to Fortune Teller, benefit of the doubt. I bet he went with Urseg and then Hernandez, right? So 10-1 on this card. Fantastic work from the fortune teller, the teller. Jake Gerber, he's showing out for the JGs here, 9-11. He got one better than I did. He got Fernandez, Medic, Edwards, Smith, Walker, CLD, Matsumoto, Lucindo, Urseg, and that's it. Because his incorrect ones were C-Rod and Dolidze. Man, that Dolidze pick. You know what I heard, guys? I heard that Dolidze tried to steal the wife of Hernandez. So Hernandez beat the dog shit out of him. It's just a rumor. Don't shoot the messenger. Bedtime MMA. Also, fantastic performance. 10-1 on this card. Got Fernandez, Medic, Edwards, Smith, Walker, CLD, Matsumoto, Lucindo, Urseg, and Hernandez. The only incorrect pick for Bedtime MMA was C-Rod. C-Rod's out here just making us all look bad by getting schooled by the unk. MMA Guru, 9-4-11, so 9-2 on this card. In the correct picks were Fernandez, Medic, Edwards, Smith, Walker, CLD, Matsumoto, Feely, and Urseg. Incorrect picks were Angela Hill and Roman Dolidze. Lucas Tracy, 9-11 as well. He got 9 correct, 2 incorrect. Lucas Tracy's correct picks: Fernandez, Medic, Edwards, Smith, Walker, CLD, Matsumoto, Lucindo, Urseg. The incorrect were the same as Guru, Dolidze and... Or no, not the same as Guru. He got C-Rod and Dolidze. So he got Dolidze incorrect, which is the same as Guru. MMA Joey actually came in here, showed out once again. 10-1 for this card. And the only one, instead of reading all the correct, I'll just tell you, the only one he got incorrect was C-Rod. He guessed everyone else correct. I'll just tell him why not. Fernandez, Medic, Edwards, Smith, Walker, CLD, Matsumoto, Lucindo, Urseg, and Hernandez. Only one incorrect, C-Rod. So those are the individual performances of UFC Vegas 109. Let's dive into the updated view of our rankings. All right, guys, as I mentioned, while we look at these rankings, there are some significant movements here. MMA Experts coming in with that 11 for 11 takes the first place spot. Fuck you, MMA Experts, because I was in first and now you are. So great job, though. Very cool to see. Like I said, 11 for 11, guys, not an easy thing to do. So shout out to MMA Experts. And now you've got a 3-way tie for second, the Silva medal, which is between myself, MMA Guru, and the Teller, MMA Fortune Teller. And third place, Jake Gerber coming in with the bronze currently in third place. But guys, like I always say, if you look at this margin, MMA Experts with their performance got 2 ahead of second place. Now, second place though, only thing separating us from Jake Gerber with the bronze medal is 1 fight correct. So keep that in mind. Now, those are the top of the rankings. Let's just go ahead and dive into each person and what their percentage is. So like I said, MMA Experts in first place, 52 correct, 20 incorrect out of 72. 72.2% correct overall. Very good. FITEFEED, we've got 50 correct, 22 incorrect out of 72, and that is a 69.44% correct. That is shared across the other creators of MMA Guru and MMA Fortune Teller, who have the same score. Third place, Jake Gerber, 49 and 23, so 49 correct, 23 incorrect out of 72. And that is a 68% correct overall. Fourth place, LucasTracyMMA. He's got 48 and 24, 48 correct, 24 incorrect out of 72, a 66.67% correct overall. Hayjive Picks in fifth place, 45 correct, 27 incorrect out of 72, a 62.5% correct overall. Bedtime MMA, 40 correct, 20 incorrect out of 60 total fights, and that is a 66.67 correct overall. MMA Joey, 38 correct, 22 incorrect out of 60, 63.33% correct overall. And finally, we got Kenny Okoye and the Weasle, both in last tier. Kenny above by a slight margin in 8th place. 21 correct, 27 incorrect out of 48, 43.75% correct. Now, I will say this. This is currently, I think, taking into account the last fights. Technically speaking, I think Kenny and the Weasle are both actually only have 37 fights overall, not 48. They should not be factored in here, but honestly, it doesn't matter because at this point, with the amount of cards that they haven't put picks in for, they're pretty much going to be behind for a while. I mean, when you look at the fact that the first place guy has 52 correct and Kenny and the Weasle are barely over, or the Weasle's under 20 correct and Kenny's just barely over, they would need to get they'd have to go several fight cards at this point with nothing wrong to even catch up. So it doesn't, to me, even if it's adding in cards they didn't put picks in for, yeah, I don't know. I think that the percentage correct is important. And guys, I want to say thank you for your engagement on my last video where we had some discourse around how to treat this, right? Like, what do we look at? And does having more fights actually, basically the research that I've done, while technically speaking, percentage correct shouldn't be impacted too much by volume, it is impacted by volume by the sense that there's just less risk if, and I try to explain this in the comment, but basically, let's just say on the first fight card that we did, Fortune Teller went 10-1 on that card and was in first place. If Fortune Teller never posted another video after that, they would have a 90-something percentage correct overall. And that is where I think it's misguided, right? Because that percentage correct doesn't mean that much if you're now comparing that to someone who has 50 total fights, but a 70%. It would actually be harder to get a 70% correct on 50 fights than 90% correct on 11, if that makes sense, because it's just less risk. So the consistency aspect is really what I'm looking for too. So what I've been trying to do is just go by wins overall instead of it being about just the percentage correct. As we get, because guys, this is going to be going until the end of 2025. So as we get, a lot more fights in here, that percentage correct might kind of even out where we could start using that. But for now, it's going to be a bit of a two-pronged approach where we look at percentage correct, but right now I'm weighing overall wins in terms of the rankings. Now, I would love to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on this? Make sure you comment that below. Want to say again, I truly appreciate all of you for watching these videos. I have been a big fan of the Pick Tracker series, and I'm going to continue doing this. Now, wanted to see how you guys feel about maybe there being like a contender series situation. And also, I thought about some fun ideas where if we wanted to have other creators involved or added to the Pick Tracker, we could even do some sort of tourney. And what I was thinking here is, if you guys feel like it would be worth it, wouldn't it be kind of cool? If you guys have a couple creators that aren't showing in our Pick Tracker yet, but you think they should be, we could even do a quick tourney where it's okay, well, on the next pay-per-view card, whoever scores the highest out of those creators could be added to the Pick Tracker. Now, I will say it can get difficult for me to keep tabs on all these creators every week, but if you guys appreciate it, I will do the work that is needed because this is fun for me. And I also want to make sure I'm providing valuable content that is entertaining and good for you guys to enjoy. So make sure you comment below. If you aren't already, I would truly appreciate if you guys subscribe to FITEFEED. I think on these Pick Tracker videos specifically, only about 40% of you are subscribed, if I remember correctly, when I looked at my analytics. So I would truly appreciate if you guys subscribe here so that way you could stay on top of it. And then also, if you're feeling up to it, would love for you to check out the other content that I'm posting. You guys have probably seen I'm very active trying to post something every day for you all to enjoy and just put my voice out there in this MMA realm because I'm a huge fan just like you guys. So once again, thank you guys. I will see you all in the next one.